Hey guys, this is Brittany, and this is my September Reads wrap up. It's actually August and September because in August I didn't really get to read too much, so I just decided to combine the two together. Um, this month I mostly read graphic novels and manga. That actually seems to be the trend lately. It's a bunch of graphic novels and then like one actual book, but whatever. They're all books. First, I read the entire Genshiken manga series, season one. There's 9 volumes. I haven't read the second season. They did two different sets of manga, and the first one, this is the first one, and then the second one they called it second season, so I haven't read it. But there's 9 volumes, and this is an older series. I think it came out in like the early 2000s, and I originally read like the first 6 volumes or so, but for some reason I always do this thing where I give up after like 5 or 6 books and then I just stop reading it. I've done that with so many manga series. But anyways, I finally went back and I bought all of them and I reread all of them, and it was so good and so worth it. Very nostalgic. Um, Too many books, not enough space. Then I read Watchmen. I've been meaning to read this one for a long time because Alan Moore, I really like his stuff. V for Vendetta is my favorite one. This one took me a while to get through, actually. It took me almost all of August and September because it's kind of slow paced for me. Maybe it's not the term I would use for it, but it was good. I liked it. I like V for Vendetta better, but I really liked the ending to this graphic novel. I watched the movie too, and the movie actually, I didn't expect to like it because it was so long. It was like 3 or 4 hours, but it was really good. It was almost identical to the graphic novel. And then the last book I read, because I didn't read that much the past couple months, is George Orwell's Down and Out in Paris and London. And this one was my favorite out of all the ones that I read. It was it was kind of like a travel diary. It was about his time in both Paris and London, but only during the times that he was homeless. And I think it covers about a span of 3 or 4 months. He spends like 6 weeks in Paris being homeless, and then he goes back to London, and he's there in London, and he's homeless for a month or two. But it's really interesting because in Paris, he worked in this restaurant for essentially no money. And it kind of just covers his struggles along the way. And it's really interesting to see how little the way homeless are treated and the way the government helps them and such. It hasn't changed much since this book came out, which was in like the 1920s. The page fell out, so I think it was the 1920s or 1930s. But yeah, it was just really good. And George Orwell, he has a way of making the most minuscule things seem really interesting. Like just him talking about his day-to-day life, doing the same thing over and over again. But I would definitely read it. It's not that long. It's only 190 pages. So it's a pretty quick read. So, yeah, you should read it. And that's it for this month, really. I have a good stack of books that I want to read for next month, but I'm not going to show you guys because I feel like I always change up the list throughout the month when I'm reading it. Anyways, Thanks for watching.